Junior John of Arc lines up in race number 6, drawn barrier 6. The first up win was impressive.
Yeah, very impressive, Wes. He won despite me. It was probably one of my worst winning drives, but yeah, seeing you let me know of that when I got home, and actually rang him after the race, and he said he couldn't believe I had the courage to ring him. So yeah, hopefully we get a bit of an easier run on Tuesday, but he should be getting the job done. He's a quality horse.
We've got to be fair on both you and Senior, because Senior loves you as a driver and your form in the sulky is excellent, but it was an intriguing drive to say the least. What were you thinking out there? Or were you thinking?
I was actually asleep, Wes. No, I was very mindful that he does get fired up, and we always used to launch him off the gate last time in, and I tried to sit him in and try and get him to relax a bit and treat it as a bit of a learning curve for him, but as it turns out, it's more of a learning curve for me.
I think those that took the shorts were a little bit worried coming in to get the bell. All of a sudden on the inside, and you needed to push Vance off 3 wide, and once you got there, I think everything was probably forgiven. We knew that you were going to win from that point on.
Yeah, it was. It was one of those races I sort of looked at. There was obviously going to be probably, if they weren't in Indian file, there was only ever going to be 2 horses in the running line. So I thought we'd always have a chance to get out, and that's what made me stay where I was early. But yeah, if I had it again, I would do things a lot differently.
He's a nice type.
He is a nice horse. He's he's had the leg problem, which is we hope doesn't worry him again. But yeah, if he can stay fit and healthy, you'll see a really nice horse.
Controversial horse too. We don't need to just touch on the drive, but I know Senior had been working the horse, and I think both you and Clint commented that maybe he wasn't quite right to be going around first up at Pinjarra.
No, that was the other thing in the back of my mind. He would have had to been underdone. He had a long spell, and he hadn't had a hell of a lot of work under his belt. But Senior cut the ribbons on him a few times, and we know how good he is, and then we know his high speed, so he can run time. And he probably put the time on the clock that made Senior think he was ready to start when he wasn't quite. So yeah, he should be improved by the first up run.
Might be time that Senior put the silks back on.
No, I hope he doesn't watch this. Don't say that. Don't ever say that.
Later on in the night, Get Outta Here. Very good winner first up at Pinjarra. Stablemate Avalon Bromac in the race. Firstly, let's talk about Get Outta Here. Promising.
Yeah, he is. He's very green, and he's got raw ability. But yeah, when the penny drops with him and he puts it all together, he'll probably make his way through the classes pretty quickly. He's got a little bit of everything, which I think helps. He's got a few gears there. So he was a soft winner first up.
Avalon Bromac, former New Zealander, arrived here with just the 1 start under his belt. What did you make of the first up run?
Thought it was good enough. His trials before the run had been okay. He's probably the hardest to beat, just having given the fact he's drawn 1 for Get Outta Here. So I wouldn't be surprised if he led and gave us a ton of cheek.
He was in the race that Soho Lennon competed in. How did they both come through it?
Yeah, they both come through really well. Soho Lennon got a little bit keen on us. He sort of got out a lot better than I thought he would. He's been a pretty laid-back sort of customer at home and in trials, and he got sort of the jump on him at the start, and I tried to use that to cross, and he didn't get across and got very keen and just pulled himself into the ground. So he'll be much better for the run, and with that draw, we should be able to get a softer run.